Hello, friends. Welcome to this live stream. Actually, we are somewhere in the outer space, roaming around freely, and you can see I'm in my command center. And today, we want to discuss about the Titan. Titan is the largest satellite of Saturn, and it is amazing. It is going to be amazing ride. So let us continue and let us put our spacecraft into the orbit near Titan. Well, Titan is a very peculiar body in the space, and it is a satellite, but it has all the features of a planet, and this is the only planet or only body in the entire solar system other than Earth which has liquid flowing water, and also there is liquid which creates the features, mountains, and also the weather system. Unfortunately, that liquid is not water, it is actually methane. So Titan, even though in terms of geology it looks very similar to Earth, in terms of geology it has a very thick atmosphere. As you can see, it has this purplish greenish color atmosphere. It's all because of ethane and methane being present in huge quantity on the surface of Titan, and it is very cold because it is quite far. It is revolving around Saturn. The entire system is so far, it is very far, even beyond the Jupiter system. There is hardly any heat available from the central star reaching the planet Saturn, and that is why Titan is also very cold. And because of this cold temperature, the methane and ethane, which are typically found in the form of gas on Earth, basically liquefy. It's all because of temperature. And once these gases are liquefied, they create similar environment what we see on Earth in terms of geology. So you can imagine, this is the surface of the Titan, how similar it looks to Earth. The ethane and methane, once they liquefy, it also falls as rain on the surface of Titan. So if you, for a moment, if you think that you are standing on the surface of Titan and you're wearing, of course, a protective suit which will protect you from cold and all this dangerous material which are there, and if you examine this for a moment, you will forget that you are not on Earth. You will feel that you are standing on the surface of Earth. The only difference is that the surface is Titan, and the liquid that you see in the pond or in the lake in front of you is actually methane, which is liquefied. And this little heat that reaches the surface of Titan creates evaporation of these gases, which further condense. When it goes into the atmosphere, it condenses and fall back as liquid methane. So even at such low temperature, this kind of geology is possible, and there is so much similarity. This liquid methane basically carved the valleys, and there are rivers, and there are lakes, and also large oceans on the surface of Titan. And because of this, because there is surface, there is liquid there, which is able to create some chemistry possible. Because if there is liquid, you can actually start mixing things within that. So the speculation is there could be life on the surface of Titan, which we do not know. Unlike the Europa, the life is hidden inside the deep ocean, which is warm, and the ocean is covered with a very thick ice sheet. On Titan, the action is happening on the surface. So there is that Saturn is quite far from Earth. It takes longer time to reach there. So while we have a mission to study Europa, and it is called Clipper mission, which is going to study only Europa system and try to find out if there is life outside the Earth. Similarly, there is a NASA probe being planned, which will go to Titan and try to find out what secrets Titan hold for us. Because from Earth, even using the most powerful telescope, it is very difficult to penetrate and see visually below the clouds of the Titan. That is why we need to send a probe which will explore the surface of the Titan. And Titan is actually a very unique body. It has a thick atmosphere, almost as thick as Earth, and therefore we can utilize our current technology to plan our next probe. Unlike the rovers that we have sent on the Mars, the Titan spacecraft which is being planned has been named as Dragonfly, and it is a quadcopter. It is pretty much like a drone with 4 blades, maybe more blades than 4, but it is a quadcopter which will have the capacity to fly and hop around on the surface of Titan and examine various features. It can go in the valleys. It can also fly to the mountain tops. It can probably hover over the water bodies and take samples. And this is going to be a very intelligent probe, which is going to be launched in the year 2027. So we are in 22, 5 years from now. So a lot of development is going on. And since this probe will have to carry its power, because there is no sun and there is no solar cells which are applicable. I mean, there is no sunlight there on Titan, and therefore the solar technology will not work on the surface of Titan. Therefore, this quadcopter will be powered by a nuclear powered engine, and the entire weight, because this quadcopter needs to fly, take off and fly on the surface of Titan, the weight has to be kept very low. So estimated weight is about 450 kgs, which is quite light. I mean, comparing the flying aircrafts on Earth, which weighs in multiple 1,000 tons. This is going to be a very, very lightweight, but power-packed, nuclear-powered quadcopter, which will fly, which will be sent in 2027. But it will take many years to reach Titan. It will reach Titan by the year 2034, and then based on our learning, starting from Moon to Venus and Mars, we have got a lot of learning in terms of how do we land our ships, our probes onto different types of different planets. So since Titan has a thick atmosphere, we can use the good old parachute technology to send the Dragonfly land safely on the surface of the Titan, as I'm trying to show you here. So it will land and immediately it will become operational, because it does not need to power its battery, because Dragonfly comes with a nuclear power engine. So when the Dragonfly will be blasted off, the engine will be switched on, and it will be ready as soon as it lands on Titan, and then it will fly around and examine things. And since it can fly, it can actually examine surface of Titan, capture all the features and cover a lot of ground, because it can fly. It does not need to crawl on the surface of the planet or satellite Titan. Therefore, this is very exciting, because that is the next level of development in planet exploration that humans can do. And now let's look at what we expect to find on Titan. Since the chemistry of Titan is mostly methane and ethane based, which are typically flammable gases on Earth, but these are hydrocarbon. I mean, they are the major portion of hydrocarbons. So that means there could be a life-based chemistry thriving there, and because of this feature, scientists believe there could be complex life living in the oceans of Titan, inside the water body. There could be single cellular life, or there could be complex multicellular life, which Dragonfly is expected to find. And this kind of life, because it will be made entirely of the ethane and methane based compound, will be most suited to survive in very low temperature of minus 200 degrees centigrade. And this liquid will never freeze, because these are actually gases, as you know, and because of the low temperature they liquefy. So it will not freeze further, but it's a mystery whether we will find the some sort of material in ice form, frozen form, that Dragonfly will be able to throw more information once it reaches there in a decade from now. So this looks very exciting, and we have another candidate in our own solar system, which is a candidate for harboring life, and therefore these two bodies, which is Europa in the Jupiter system and Titan in the Saturn systems, looks very exciting. And if we are able to find any life outside the Earth still living, surviving and thriving, then we can actually safely assume that the entire universe is filled with variety of life forms. So friends, thanks for watching this live stream, which we beamed directly into your social media. So share your comments, share your thought. Are you excited about learning about Titan? Nevertheless, if you have any comments, suggestions, feel free to send in your comments and suggestions. And thanks for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow, same time. Till then, take care and peace.